I will get us going here. I'm gonna put everybody on mute, so I will talk to you guys in a few. Let's see. Okay, let's go ahead and get started here. Just gonna not spill my coffee this week, hopefully. All right. All right, good morning, everybody. Good to see everybody. And yeah, like I said, we're gonna keep, oh, here comes Petey. He's gotta be involved too. We are going to keep this class going on Zoom for a little while still. So I'm excited about that. And yeah, hopefully, I don't know, hopefully there'll always be a Zoom option. So, you know, even when everybody's back in person, we can still, you know, do some Zooming as well. So, and do both. All right, so go ahead and we're just going to get into a comfortable position on the back body and just begin by doing some breathing. So, and if it doesn't feel good, it's so good to see you, Barbara. If it doesn't feel good to be on the back body, you can always stay seated, or you can use a pillow or a bolster or whatever you would like to get nice and comfortable this morning. Ugh. So go ahead and just make your way onto the back body and just close the eyes. Just open up the arms and just let the hands open up towards the sky and just begin to notice the breath. Just let the breath make its way into the belly and just exhale back through the nose just a few times, just noticing the breath and noticing the quality of your breath this morning as you arrive on your mat. Just a few breaths. See if you can lengthen the breath. So see if you can pull a little bit more air in, a little bit more air into the belly, a little bit more air into the chest. And see if you can make that exhalation just even slower than it was before. So really slow it, let everything out gently. Same thing, just breathe in nice and slow, and even slower, let that exhalation happen. Just a few times, and with each cycle, just continue to lengthen. Begin to hear that whisper tone at the back of the throat as you exhale, just kind of like you're fogging a mirror with the lips sealed. That'll help slow that exhalation just a few times, just even slower. Take your time. Very nice. And just begin to envision a word or a phrase, just something that is going to bring peace to the body and peace to the mind this morning. Just envision whatever that word is. Just let it almost become tangible and just feel it move its way into the body as you breathe in. And just soften as you exhale. Just really let everything go. Just be here now. And throughout your practice, if you find the mind wandering, or even throughout your day, just come back to that word or that phrase, come back to your breath. Then go ahead and begin to ignite some movement into the fingers and the toes and the wrists. You can make some fists if you'd like to, and just roll the wrists a few times. Whew. Yawn it out. And take a full body stretch when you're ready. Nice full body stretch. Just reach, 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 reach. Oh, and just kind of melt it into the earth. You can keep the arms up overhead and a little bend into the elbows, and just release. Maybe scoot your bolster or pillow out from underneath you if you have one. Oh, just let the head go. Let the shoulders go. Let's go ahead and take that full body stretch once again. Nice full body, big reach, big reach, big reach. And again, this time just bend the elbows even a little bit more, kind of come into that goalpost arm or cactus arm. Just let it go. And then this time, interlace the fingers. Flip the palms, one last big reach. And just release the fingers. Bring the hands down by the sides of the body and just bend through the knees and kind of lift up a little bit and bring the hips back down. So really get some nice length through the spine. And can bring the knees in towards the chest. Just give a nice hug. If you still have that pillow handy, you might want to use it for some twists this morning. So a really nice way to do that is just to bring the pillow in between the knees if you wanted to use that this morning. So bring those knees into the chest, open up the arms out to a T, and just let the knees fall over towards the right. You can keep the gaze up towards the sky, or maybe bring it out to the left. And then while you're here, just again, notice your wrists and see if you can roll some circles with the hands and the wrists. Make a couple of fists again. Feel that left shoulder get nice and heavy and just melt into the earth. Just let everything go. And on an inhale, let's breathe those knees back up through center. And just take a moment, kind of rock back and forth a little bit, lengthen out again through the spine. And let the knees fall over to the left. And let that right shoulder get nice and heavy. Let it get nice and heavy. You can bring the gaze out over towards the right if you'd like to. Again, just maybe make some fists. Roll the wrists a little bit. Notice the breath still moving in all the way down the spine. Just envision wringing every last drop of anything that we're holding on to out. Just let it all go as you exhale. Just wring every last drop out. And on an inhale, we'll bring the knees back up through center. Back up through center. Just release the bolster or pillow. You can always put it back behind the head if that felt better. And then just take a couple little gentle sides to side with the knees, a couple little windshield wipers back and forth. And then pause. Just keep the feet forward, the knees bent. And then we're just going to find a little bit of a very, very gentle flowing bridge. So let's just begin, not even focusing on the sacrum yet, but just the arms. We'll coordinate that with the breath. So just inhale, lift the arms up overhead and back behind us. And on your exhalation, bring them back down by the sides of the body.
Couple times. Just inhale. And exhale. One more time. Nice. Big inhale. And exhale. And then this time, if you'd like to coordinate bringing the sacrum up just a little bit, inhale. And exhale, planting it back on the earth. Only if it feels okay on the low back. Nice. Little inhale, lifting up, maybe a little higher. And exhale one more time. Inhale, breathing and lifting. And exhale, just floating it back down onto the earth. And then just bring the knees in towards the chest, just gently. Nice big head, just rock it out. Rock it out, and let's bring the feet up and find a happy baby pose. Rock that out as well. Let the shoulders get nice and heavy. Nice and heavy. Bring the feet in towards one another and just lift the feet up towards the sky, kind of a reclined forward fold almost. Just have the feet lifted. Just begin to feel some length through the back of the legs here. You can always keep a bend into the knees if it's a little tight, kind of early in the morning. If you'd like to just very gently pedal the feet out, go ahead and do so. Go ahead and do so. And then your choice, either rock over to the side of the body and just make your way up to a seated position, or go ahead and just rock on up. And we're actually going to keep the legs out in front of us again. So just kind of transition, hi Petey, just transition from that kind of reclined forward fold to a seated forward fold. So kind of maybe pull some of the cushion out from underneath the rump and just lift up through the heart, lift up through the chest, take a full breath in. And exhale, take a forward fold, just real gentle. Let it go. You can let the head go. It doesn't have to be anything extreme this early. Just feel that nice length through the back body, through the neck, through the back of the legs. And then just gently roll your way back up. Roll your way back up to a seated position. And then just cross the legs and come into a seated position. Petey, don't get aggressive, Petey. It's yoga time. Okay. All right, so go ahead and sit up nice and tall. Just take a full breath in right here. Just envision just a string lifting up from the crown of the head. And just exhale, just let it go. Go ahead and just take a gaze out over towards the right. Just begin by just gazing out towards the right. Feel some length. Take it back through center and gaze over towards the left. Just kind of notice your range of motion this morning. And then just bring the gaze back through center and drop the head down towards the earth. Drop the chin down towards the chest, but still stay nice and tall. So kind of push those shoulders back a little bit. Just feel that length through the spine. Go ahead and lift the chin up, and then maybe just bring the gaze up towards the sky. You can always bring the hands down onto the earth if that feels better, just to provide some support. And go ahead and just bring the head and chin back towards a neutral position. Just roll the shoulders a few times. Just roll it out. Roll those shoulders. Change direction. Roll the shoulders forward. Lift the palms up towards the sky. Take a nice stretch up towards the sky and go ahead. Let's take it twist over towards the right. Let that gaze make its way behind us. And then unwind, plant the left hand, lift the right. Nice big side body stretch along the right hand side of the body. Bring that right hand down. Let the right ear follow the right hand. And if you'd like to bring the right hand up on top of the head just to give a little extra stretch, go ahead and do that. Drop the left shoulder down and maybe push it back just a little bit, kind of roll it back and down. You can really feel a nice stretch through the side. And then just go ahead, release that. Just shake it out a little bit. Shake it out. Roll those shoulders again a couple times. And then bring the hands up towards the sky. Nice big lift. Take that twist over towards the left. Roll that left shoulder up and back. Gaze behind us. Full breath in. Just lift through the crown of the head. Let it go. Gently unwind. Bring that right hand down onto the earth and lift up with the left. Oh, nice and long along the left-hand side of the body. Nice and long. And bring the palm down. Lift up with the right hand. Big stretch. Big, big stretch along that right-hand side of the body. And then just bring it on down. Bring it on down. Oh, roll the shoulders again a couple times. Roll the shoulders and then go ahead and drop. Let's see here. Which neck side did we not do, gang? Drop the neck down to the side that we have not done yet. There we go. I think it was perfect. Bringing the left ear over towards the left shoulder. Maybe bring the hand up on top if that feels good. Only if it's not too extreme. You can push that shoulder back, push the right shoulder back a little bit. Should feel a nice big stretch there. Go ahead and just bring that back. Just roll it out a little bit. Oh, roll it all out. All right. And let's go ahead. Let's make our way up onto the hands and knees into our table pose. So hands, knees, open up the hands nice and wide and just begin to move through your cat-cows using the breath to guide the movement. So just kind of move at your own pace. Just let the inhalation bring you up into cow, lift the tailbone, lift the gaze, and as you exhale, round it out into cat. A few times, just let your own breath make that movement. Next time you round up into cow, so the tailbone's lifted and the gaze is lifted, just kind of gently little back and forth. Just forward and back, I should say. Forward and back. And then slowly find that neutral spine and come back into your cat pose and round it out. And again, little forward and back. Should feel a nice stretch here. Nice stretch, and just go ahead, sink it all the way back into child's pose. All the way back into child's pose. And you can keep the hands forward if you'd like to, but if you'd like a little additional stretch through the shoulder blades, bring the hands back by the sides of the body and let the shoulders just really open up. Let it go. Take a breath here. Let go. And then go ahead and just bring the hands back forward. And we're going to make our way back up into table pose. Back into table. Let's take a cat-cow cycle. Lift the tailbone, lift the gaze. Exhale, round. And then back into your neutral spine. And we're going to start with the right hand. So we're going to lift the right hand up towards the sky. And just take that gaze up towards the right hand. Really see if you can get a nice lift there. And then thread the right hand underneath the left. Thread that right arm underneath. So envision the shoulder blades really opening up here. Kind of hard to see, but envision them opening up. And then you can take your left hand and just walk it forward. And then maybe you want to reach the left leg out. Let that be an option too. You can really get a nice upper back body stretch here. Really nice stretch through the shoulder blades. You can even bring the gaze up towards the sky if you'd like to. Just be gentle here. Take a breath. And then slowly go ahead and bring that foot back in if you have it extended out. Bring the left hand back down, push it into the earth, and unwind. Reach the right hand up towards the sky just for a moment. Roll a couple of circles and then bring it back down to the earth. Just take a cycle of cat-cows. And let that go. Pause. Lift up with the left hand. Let's do the opposite side here. Lift up with the left and thread it on through. Put it underneath the right arm. And again, kind of focus on those shoulder blades. Just take it really slow and envision opening up through the shoulder blades. Opening up. Reach the right hand forward. Use your little gecko fingers. Just kind of push into the mat. And then if it feels good, step out with the right foot. Step out with the right foot. Only if it feels good. Few options. Some days it does and some days it doesn't. It feels like you can get a better stretch sometimes without and sometimes with. So just listen to your body and see where it's feeling today. And then go ahead and bring that foot, bring that knee back in when you're ready. Gently unwind. Plant that right hand back into the earth and lift back up with the left. Oh, nice big stretch this morning, guys. Big stretch. Bring the hand back down. Couple cycles of cat-cow. Very nice. And then go ahead, sink back into child's pose once again. And again, you can thread or bring the arms back by the sides of the body. Let the head go. Just let the shoulders get nice and heavy. Let it go. Go ahead, reach the hands back up forward and just kind of let those little gecko fingers pull the hips up and away from the heels. Keep the arms down on the earth. Just keep the chest down towards the earth. Slide up into your happy puppy. No, puppy dog pose. Puppy dog or heart chakra opening pose. Just let the chest make its way down towards the earth. Feel the hips lifted up. And then just keep the elbows where they are and just bring the chest all the way forward. Bring the chest all the way forward, just all the way onto the belly. Shake things out a little bit. Go ahead, just shake the hips back and forth. Wiggle it all out. Lift the feet up. Go ahead and just windshield wiper the feet back and forth. Windshield wiper those feet. And then bring the feet back down. We're going to slide the elbows back up into Sphinx pose. So open the hands nice and wide. Elbows are just maybe a little bit in front of the shoulders. And roll the shoulders up and back. And then you can open up the legs if the low back's tight, or you can seal them up, just see where you're feeling today. And let's all take the gaze out over towards the right. Let's just gaze out over towards the right, kind of bring that right, or the chin over towards the right shoulder. Just take a nice big gaze. Slowly move it through center, bring it out over to the left. And back through center, and just gently bring the body back down. Let's shake those hips out again. Wiggle it on out. And come back up into table. Back up into table, couple cat-cows. Couple cat-cows. And then your choice this morning, you can stay right here in table if you'd like to, or you can open up the palms nice and wide, kind of really feel the fingertips in the earth. And one thing I like to say, if you're gonna go into down dog, kind of envision the hands being like an L. So the index finger is pointing up, the hands are almost tilted out just a tiny bit. So kind of see that L with the hands. And tuck the toes, lift up with the knees, really push the hips back. Little bend into the elbows, so notice if the elbows are locked out, and if they are, just put a little bend into them, just make your way into down dog. Go ahead and just shake out the head, shake out the neck. Can walk your dog out a little bit, just tread one knee at a time. Now, if you're staying in table, that's perfectly fine too. Shake your head out still, shake the neck out. Really try to let all that go and just walk your table out. So your choice, either in down dog or in table, just walking it out. And then go ahead, bring the gaze up towards the front of the mat, and let's go ahead and just gently step our way towards the front of the mat and just let the head go. Grasp on to opposite elbows, let it all go. Nice forward fold. Nice forward fold. A little bend into the knees, let the hands go. Stack the spine, nice flat back. Lift up with the hands, look to the palms, and bring the hands through to heart center. Let's just flow through some sun salutations this morning, kind of really get things rolling in the body. So lift the palms and lift the gaze, breathe in. Coordinate that breath with the movement. Exhale, forward fold, let go. Bring the palms up to the shins. I push back with the shoulders. Feel some length through the back of the legs. Exhale, forward fold. Little bend into the knees, flat back, rise all the way up. Breathe in. Exhale, hands to heart center. Let's do the exact same thing. So lift up with the palms, lift up with the hands, breathe in. Exhale, forward fold, let it go. Bring the palms up to the shins, find length through the back of the body. Exhale, forward fold. Little bend into the knees, rise up, all the way up, breathe in. And exhale, hands to heart center. Very nice, everybody. So let's go ahead, we'll add on just a little bit. So lift the hands up. Let's pause when the hands are lifted. Just interlace the fingers. Let the index fingers make their way out. So kind of that James Bond look. And just take a nice tilt over towards the right. Nice tilt, so hands are straight up. Tilting all the way over towards the right. Lift back up through center. Nice tilt towards the left. Really nice and long through the right-hand side of the body here. and back up through center. Just take the gaze all the way up towards the hands. Release the hands. Let's take that flat back, forward fold all the way down. Palms up to the shins. Find that length through the back body. And then exhale, forward fold. Maybe walk the feet apart just a little bit here. And we're going to take a nice bend into the right knee. Just take the left hand, take a bend into the left knee. Take the left hand, just bring it on over towards the right ankle. And take a lift up with the right hand. Lift with the right hand, lift with that right hip. And then bring it on down. Go ahead, change sides. So bring that right hand around onto that left ankle. Take a nice bend into the right knee. Lift up, nice. That left hand. Bring it on down. Let's take that forward fold. Let's grasp onto opposite elbows. Just rock it out. Rock it out. Release the hands. Little bend into the knees. Rise all the way up. All the way up. Exhale. Palms to heart center. So let's do a little balancing pose. So a couple options this morning for our balance. So we can either make our way into our tree pose. If you're kind of wanting a little more stability, feel free to use a wall this morning if you'd like to just hang on to something to have a little more balance. Or if you'd like to get a little more adventurous, we are going to make our way into dancer pose. So either way, let's begin by putting the weight in the left foot. Okay, so the right foot's going to be the one that's going to be lifting here. So if you're making your way into tree pose, find a spot that is not on the inside of the knee for your foot. So that's one option if you'd like to this morning. If you'd like to make your way into dancer pose, go ahead and just bring that foot into that right palm. So if you're making your way into dancer pose, let's lift up with the left hand. And go ahead and just, the way to really find the balance here is to kick into that hand. So go ahead, woo! So kick and really put some pressure into that right hand. So you can always use the wall, but it is a really nice stretch if you are feeling it. So a couple of different balancing options. Use your drishti, use that gazing point to hold yourself and see if you can still square off the hips. The hip always has a tendency to kind of want to lift up there. So see if you can square off through the hips. So your choice, wherever you'd like to be today. The wall is a great option. The wall, a chair, anything at all that you would like to find some stability with. Take your time, just feel it out, and then we'll make our way onto the opposite side. So putting the weight into the right foot and lifting up with the left. And yeah, your choice, either tree pose, and always just be mindful in your tree pose of the foot not making its way onto the inside of the knee. And same thing, use a gazing point, a drishti to hold yourself, or if you'd like to get a little more adventurous, make your way into dancer pose. Just bring the foot into the hand. And the way to stay really stable here is to kick into that hand. So kick as much as possible. Use your gazing point. Take that breath. Woo. And when you're ready, gently, gracefully, maybe make your way out of it. And just kind of walk it out a little bit. And we are going to take our time. We're going to transition back onto the earth. So
take a nice full breath in. Let's lift the palms and lift the gaze, and then exhale. Let's take a forward fold, and let's just pause here on this forward fold for a moment. As especially if you're just coming out of dancer pose, you should feel a little bit of heat in the back of those legs. This should feel really nice. Little hamstring. And then bring the palms up towards the shins. Just pause here for a moment. And then exhale. Forward fold, let it go. Let's go ahead. We're going to step back into downward facing dog. Just kind of walk your dog out for a moment. Should feel really nice. And then go ahead and bring the knees down to the earth and just kind of sit back on the haunches. Reach the feet forward. Hi, buddy. Hi. Come here, Pete. So feet are coming forward. And let's just begin by isolating the stretch on our right leg. So let's bring the left foot in. And right leg is going to stay out, and just lift up with the belly. Lift up with the heart. And then exhale. Just take a forward fold over that right leg. So it doesn't have to be anything extreme. Just relax, just enjoy it. Let go of the head. See if you can feel the length beginning just at the low back actually, and really lengthen through the back body here. And then when you feel you're at that point where you're not going to be folding much more, just let the head go. And then go ahead and just gently make your way up from it. Rise up. And let's bring the left foot out. Just kind of shake it out for a moment. And bring the right foot in. Same thing. Take a nice big lift. Breathe in. Exhale. Make your way out over the left. Maybe one side is a little bit different than the other, and that is completely all right. They don't have to feel the same. Just make sure that it feels okay. If it's painful, back off from it. And then go ahead, just gently rise back up. Gently rise back up. Go ahead and just bring both feet out in front of us. Kind of pull the cushion out, lift up through the belly, lift up through the heart. Exhale, let's take a forward fold, let go. And then just gently rise up all the way back up. We're going to make our way back down onto the back body. So go ahead, take your time and just ease on down. Mace, I'm going to scoot you out of the way just a little bit, baby girl. Here you go, visit with Petey. And go ahead, make your way onto the back body. Make your way onto the back body. Let's just cross the right leg over the top, or the right foot over the top of the left thigh. Reach on through, grasp onto the back of that left thigh. Take a nice hip opener here. Should feel good. And then gently just bring the foot down, release it. Let's do the opposite side. So bring the left leg up and reach on through, grasp onto the back of that right thigh. Always kind of put a flex into the foot that is crossed over here. It's going to really help protect the knee and get a little additional hip stretch in there. Bring the foot on down. Just uncross and
Go ahead and just windshield wiper those knees out for a moment. Windshield wiper the knees. And then yogi's choice, just take a few moments, whichever pose you'd like to complete your practice with this morning. Feeling a little Supta Baddha Konasana, just bringing the soles of the feet together feels good after some of that work this morning. But whatever you would like to do that the body is just saying, please let me experience right now. Take your time. When you're ready, just make your way into your final pose this morning, your Savasana. Take as much time as you'd like to get there. Complete whatever pose you're in. Get comfortable. If you'd like a blanket or a pillow or just something to allow you just to really fully relax and melt into your pose. You can always use the wall and bring the legs up against the wall. That is an amazing pose too, just to complete your practice. So wherever you're at, just let the tongue fall away from the roof of the mouth and let the eyes soften. Just let yourself go. Let everything go. Let the breath go. Just let yourself completely be. Just make your way into that final pose, your Savasana. Just remember to come back to your breath or that word, whatever it is that brings peace to the mind throughout the day when the mind begins to wander. When things feel chaotic, just come back to the breath. Just come back to the moment and be here now. Take your time. Just enjoy your Savasana this morning. And thank you so much for spending the morning with me and practicing with me. Namaste. I will see everybody next Friday. Enjoy.